So, hi Nicole.
Hello.
So I'm here with Nicole today, and we've been working with her son, and just wanted to ask her some questions. So Nicole, several months ago you came in with Braden, and you told me that he was on the spectrum,
Yes.
and that he was nonverbal, and that he had a lot of stimming and flapping, and walking on his toes, and he was unresponsive to his name, and he had a whole bunch of different, issues that you were fighting with, and as was the school. And want to just tell me a little bit more about what you were dealing with at that time?
At the time, my son was just barely even 4 years old. I was coming to terms with the fact that I may not ever be able to hear my son say his name, my name, mama, make eye contact. There were things that typical children do, such as understand that I've left, or that I'm home now, or that I'm their mother, or just things in their surrounding environment that my son was not able to do. He was unable to play with others.
And you told me you really weren't able to leave the house, and
No, things that I would see other mothers out to eat with their children, enjoying the time together. Braden wasn't able to do any of that.
so when you first heard about this biomedical approach to working with kids, I mean, at the time you were told, do ABA, and you were doing all those things, right? So he was in a school, special school.
My son has been receiving services since the time he was 18 months old. OT, PT, ABA therapy, 5 times a week, several hours a day. But none of it really seemed to be helping, even with the reinforcement at home. I was desperate to try anything. Constant vomiting. His stool was totally irregular. And I was definitely desperate to find something that would help him.
So you heard that maybe some natural approach to some biomedical approach, maybe diet, maybe neurotherapies, maybe supplements, maybe things are going wrong on the inside. So you said you'd give it a shot. So how did you come to terms with that? I know you said you were very skeptical when we first met.
I was very skeptical. In my mind, how could changing someone's diet do this whole turnaround, that he's going to be able to speak, and he's going to be able to interact with others, and he's going to be able to act more typical and not be so hyperactive, stimming all the time, no eye contact, and no verbalization at all.
I mean, I remember, after about a month of you being on the program, you called me up and said, something's going on here. And you said, I want you to see Braden. And I remember, going out to get you guys at in the front, and him just sitting calmly and quietly. And I was just as shocked as you are. So now it's been several months, right? We've been doing, we took a lot of blood, urine, and stool tests. Based on those tests, we came up with the right nutrition program. You started a home neurotherapy program using sound and vibration and spinning and movement and all these different things, in addition to all the therapies he had been doing. And so how's he doing now?
I have my son back. He talks to me. He's speaking in full sentences, things that I never thought that he would be able to do, especially in the amount of time that it's happened. 7 months, it's unreal. I can't believe, Mommy, I want a toy. Mommy, I missed you. Things I never thought he would say. Behaviors I never expected from him. He's affectionate. He's understanding. He understands what's going on around him. If I'm upset, he understands that. Not just that blank stare where, the dead behind the eyes kind of look. Now he's like alive. Just from changing the diet, the supplements, the vibration therapy,
And some adjustments that we've been doing with him.
Yes.
And also he's also been continuing with all the therapies that he had.
He
What
has.
kind of reaction have you gotten from the school and the therapist that he had been working with?
The school is blown away. They can't believe it's the same kid. What are you doing? Please tell us. I even bought a book, Disconnected Kids.
Mm-hmm.
I gave it to one of the teachers, to the therapist, because they just want to learn more. They want to know, what am I doing? One of his teachers actually is now gluten-free. where do you buy this for Braden? Where do you get that? I tell everybody, you have to go to Dr. G.
All right. So at this point, you know, when we first talked today, you know, you said you feel like your life is different. Like, how is life different for you now?
I feel like this never would have been attainable for me. I never thought that my son would be able to assimilate into the general population of children at the park, at birthday parties, at holidays, at events. He is so happy now. He's so proud of himself for being able to communicate. Everything he says, he wants you to know about it. He wants you to repeat what he's saying. Like, look, Mommy, I can talk now, finally.
That's awesome. So what would you say to parents who were skeptical about trying some biomedical approach? What would you tell them at this point?
I would tell them you have nothing to lose. You only have to gain from it. Everybody's child is different. Everybody's body is different. But I remember sitting in the car by myself outside of Fairway, like, is this really even going to work? But I have to try it. I have to do it for my son. You have to start early. If you start early and you just stick with it, you definitely cannot cheat. You can't deviate off the program. You have to get the teachers on board. You have to get your family on board. You have to get your friends on board. And even if your child throws a tantrum in the beginning with like withdrawal from the gluten and all the things that they're not supposed to be having, just stick with it, because I can't tell you the change that it's made in his life and in my life.
Great. Can I share this with others?
Sure.
Thank you so much, Nicole.